Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Tuesday, June 24th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right here will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker symbol number one, IBO, quite the eventful day today. And now we have a nice solid pattern here headed into Tuesday. So let's get this pattern drawn into play and then kind of just map out kind of what people will potentially be looking for. So let's get the resistance port of the pattern in play. There we go, that illustrating the downtrend of the consolidation. But while there's a downtrend, there's also an uptrend that's taking place. So let's change that to green for support. And then just to make sure that everybody can see it, let's make it all one color. So we have our, whoops, try that again. We have our, there we go, resistance. We have our support. We have the big upwards move right here. And then for you golfers out there trying to make it a little bit more visual, put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, just because something's bullish in pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards. Now, would it be shocking? Would it catch me off guard if this thing consolidates out and then makes some sort of move like that? Absolutely not. Would not be shocking. Is it guaranteed? No, but valid to throw out as a question? Absolutely. So at the end of the day, if you like this price range around the $2 mark, if you like bull pennant patterns, then certainly keep an eye on this one for Tuesday. Next one here, TSLL, and I'm going to go through this one very quickly because I want to respect your time as much as possible, but you just heard me talk about a bull pennant, and we're going to be looking at another one right here. So again, I want to respect and get through this as efficiently as possible to respect your time. So there's the resistance, there's the support, and just because I cannot help myself, let's all keep it one color. So resistance, support, nice move up right here. Golf hole down here. So we're looking at another bull pennant pattern. I'd say the biggest difference here is this one's up around the $15 mark. Other one was down around the $2 mark. So as of now, you're getting a good variety to choose from the bull pennant perspective. Next one here, ticker symbol OP. And I like this one and from the fact of it started off very strong, got all the way up here, and then things got very brutal. But what now makes this fascinating, at least in my opinion, is the fact that this downwards movement here has gone sideways and is now actually returning back upwards. Now, I wish I could say trading was this easy and that because it's behaved like this, it's for sure guaranteed going to continue to skyrocket upwards. Not quite how it works, but is it valid to think that the price could continue to curl back upwards? Absolutely. So that's where, in my mind, the key battleground to watch now headed into Tuesday, right there around $2.40. So keep an eye on that as a key area where if the price can push up through there, does the price, get back up to these areas here, if not higher, potentially, but, one hurdle at a time. Let's just first see if it can break above $2.40. And then as far as areas of support are concerned, I would consider that area right there, the trend line, as an important area of support. But as of right now, given the price did return back up to this area of the chart, really just a question of is it going to consolidate out a little bit more and then make the move back to the upside? We'll see what happens for Tuesday. Next one here, HIMS, rough day on this one, but now we have ourselves an interesting pattern, actually one of my favorites. So let me first get this drawn into play. So there's the bottom part of the pattern, the support trend line. Then at the same time, we have this portion of the upper, and this would be a falling wedge pattern, which is actually a bullish pattern. You would think that the rising wedge is the bullish pattern, but actually a rising wedge is bearish. So a little not really intuitive, more so counterintuitive. But point here being is that nice little falling wedge here. Again, just because something's a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed it's going to go upwards. But is it shocking? Is it just a crazy thought that if the price comes to the top part here and gets a break up through there, that could potentially push through and have upside buying pressure? So again, absolutely not a crazy question to throw out there, but not guaranteed to happen if it were to occur. So if you like falling wedge patterns, and especially on stocks with a whole lot of visibility, and today there's a bunch of volume on this one, so a whole lot of visibility. Again, that doesn't necessarily still guarantee anything, but it does, add a little bit more credibility where you might even just get a self-fulfilling prophecy because enough people are watching and saying, oh, there's a falling wedge. Oh, the falling wedge is breaking out. Oh, I'm a breakout trader. I should buy, therefore they just buy. So again, not for sure going to happen, but you could get a potential kind of self-fulfilling, prophecy type attribute to all this too. But as of right now, got the falling wedge. Will it curl back upwards? We'll see what happens. Next one, BBAI, and some very, very eventful and important information is occurring, or not information per se, but kind of dynamic, and that is in regards to this trend line right here. So let's just quickly go over the history of the trend line. You can see right here, rejected the price, rejected the price, 3 candles in a row, rejected the price, rejected the price, and then finally, late afternoon, the price has broken through there. And not only has it broken through, it has continued to move. And in fact, as I speak right now, you can see that this candle is even pushing to higher highs. So all this to say, we now get to ask a very exciting question, and that is this. Is this all the start of something even bigger? Now think about that question. It makes no sense to ask that question if nothing worthwhile is happening. Because if you're saying, well, is this the start of something bigger? Well, is what the start of something bigger? But that's not the problem here. We do have something that's occurring, the breakout. So when we say, is this the start? Is what the start? This breakout. Now, to be fair and accurate, maybe it's not. Maybe this thing gets here and rolls right back over. There wasn't any sort of genuine power. But again, to be fair, to be accurate, maybe this is the start of something bigger and this thing's getting ready to rock and roll back to the upside. So the point here being is that there's been a breakout. It's shown some strength. So yes, is this the start of something even bigger? We'll see what happens. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering later on in the week. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down below in the description area you can use to sign up. Or if you're watching right at my website, there's an area on the webpage there that you can use to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one here, NVDA, NVIDIA, and all in all, the chart's hanging in there. Kind of a crazy ride when you stop and think about just intraday price. Was here all the way up, rolled all the way back down, came all the way back up, just to settle back down. With right now still knocking on the door that I talked about last week with that first key area of resistance, that purple line there, 50 period moving average, and you can see right there that continues to be the near-term problem area right now valued at, let's just call it 144.30. So that'll be the initial area of resistance to keep an eye on. If the price can push up through there, the next key area to watch right there at 145. And then for more so the overarching standpoint, keep an eye up there at 146.15. But again, one step at a time. And that first quote-unquote step is, can the price break up there through the 144.30 mark? In terms of areas of support, again, this will mean a little bit more if you watch last week's videos. But I've been talking about that pink line right there, 200 period moving average as a key area. And again, you can see here, small break below it, but that didn't last very long. And then after that, the price snapped very, very powerfully back up. So good to see that this area here has so far continued to behave as support as you would want it. But yes, right now, to keep an eye on that purple line there, and we'll see if the price can get a push up through there. Then you can start to focus more so on those other areas of resistance. Next one, INDP, and we're looking at another one of these falling wedge patterns. So let's get this drawn into play. There is our lower part of the pattern. And then right there is, the upper part of it. So another falling wedge here, and I don't want to, like I said, waste your time. I want to be this as efficiently as possible, but just as a reminder, just because something's in a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed it's going to go up. But yeah, certainly not shocking at all. If this pattern were to come up here, break through there, completely valid to throw out there the question of, hey, will that break create additional buying pressure? So if you like penny stocks, you like falling wedge patterns, here you go. Next one here, PLTR, overall wild ride, has closed pretty nicely, but just as a quick recap, gap up, all the way up here, all the way down here, back up here. Now granted, there's quite a bit of drama today with all the Iran, USA, Israel stuff, but nonetheless, when the dust is settled, what I'm pretty much seeing here, I'm going to draw this just very quickly because you've already seen me talk about it several times, but we have ourselves in the back part of the day. So this is, a lot of these other situations, the bull pennant was basically the entire day. That's not even here. Right now, I'm just looking at the afternoon. So afternoon action, we got the bull pennant pattern. So will this bull pennant pattern lead to some more upside pressure moving forward? We'll have to sit back and see what happens. I would say that the next key overarching area of resistance, though, is right up there around the 142.15 mark. Going through the history of things, you can see rejected the price, rejected the price, rejected the price. So I'm not saying 142.15 can never be broken. I'm just saying that apparently, according to the story that's being told to us via the chart, that is an area where there are a whole lot of stubborn sellers currently. Next one here, AMD, and same general idea of what just happened with PLTR. Yes, crazy day, but now in the near term, we have the late afternoon bull pennant. Maybe this is more of a bull flag, but we don't want to get stuck down in the semantics of things. But pointer being, had a nice recovery and is now spending essentially this entire afternoon consolidating out. So will this get a push to the upside? It's certainly a valid question to worth keeping an eye on. For more so the overarching viewpoint, main battleground if this does try to push back to the upside. Right up here around, give or take, the 132.75 mark. Like I said, you can see back here, presented some problems, and then right there earlier in the day. So 132.75 key level, but also to be fair, one step at a time. Prices first got to kind of get through this, bull pennant, bull flag down around here. But overall, wild day today, but we'll see if the momentum can try to carry it back up to do battle with 132.75. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and we started with a couple of these, so let's just end with one, and that is the classic bull pennant pattern here on Tesla, which is very eventful in and of itself. I mentioned this earlier, but when you have a very well-watched stock, a stock that you know a lot of people are watching, that still doesn't guarantee anything, but it just makes those self-fulfilling prophecies that much more, kind of applicable in terms of their chances of happening, because you got to think a lot of people have drawn something very similar to this. Everybody's watching, so let me just get it. Everybody's watching the bull pennant. So again, while that doesn't guarantee anything, certainly a valid thought to say, if the price comes up here and breaks through there, I could see a lot of people buying just because, hey, it's a pattern breakout. Hey, I'm a breakout trader, therefore I'm going to buy. So guaranteed to happen, no, but certainly a more than valid question to throw out there. So bull pennant pattern on one of the most popular stocks out there. So do we get some sort of self-fulfilling prophecy breakout to the upside on Tuesday? Grab your popcorn. So that wraps up the top 10 stocks. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about the tool, then definitely go get signed up for the free class. Like I said, it'll be later this week, Thursday, June 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. Also, as far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy, make sure you hit that like button. And I have been live streaming, so if you're interested in seeing me trade live, come ask me questions or just hang out, then make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so that you are made aware of when I do go live. So if that sounds like it could add any value, or maybe you just get bored during the day, want a place to come hang out, shoot the breeze, then yeah, definitely check out the live stream. So subscribe and turn on notifications. So thanks for watching, take care, and make sure you get signed up for the free class.